again, everybody, along with Joe Simpson, Skip Carey, welcoming you to another night of Atlanta Braves baseball. Braves home from a 3-3 road trip and take on the Arizona Diamondbacks in the first game of a 3-game series tonight. Let me get this straight, Joe. Ben Sheets struck out 18 on Sunday against Atlanta, and now the Braves get to go against the league's strikeout leader, Randy Johnson.
The old proverbial out of the frying pan into the fire type thing for the Braves tonight, Skip. And it wasn't a good day at the office on Sunday against Ben Sheets. He really had a good breaking ball working. The Braves left-handers especially were having a very hard time laying off his curveball in the dirt. There were some 9 blocked third strikes swung at by the Atlanta Braves on Sunday out of those 18 strikeouts. Now then, Randy Johnson's on the mound, and while he has a losing record over his last 6 starts, he has an ERA of 1.98. You might say he's gotten his mojo back after suffering some knee problems last year in which he had a losing record. But not all is lost. There are some guys in the lineup, including Chipper Jones, who have had good numbers against Randy Johnson. And look at Chipper, 6 home runs. That's more than any other pitcher that he's hit home runs off of. So maybe tonight is a good night for Atlanta in that Randy Johnson is out there because they have played pretty well against him in the past.
Meanwhile, they've got a pitcher on the mound. The Braves do is really due. Mike Hampton is 0-4, an earned run average over 7. About time for him to get things straightened out as well. We'll be back to bring you the game, but right now let's send it to Mark Fine in our studios.
Night, but a very mild temperature night here in the heart of the South. Atlanta, Georgia, crowd rolling in here to Turner Field for the opening game of this 3-game series. Randy Johnson on the mound for the Diamondbacks, and he'll be opposed by Atlanta left-hander Mike Hampton. Take a look at this road trip. Nary a day off. 4 cities, coast to coast. On to Florida from here. The cross-country jaunt to San Francisco for 3 against the Giants. And then wrap it up next weekend. 3 games at Dodger Stadium against the first-place Los Angeles Dodgers. Longest road trip the Diamondbacks have been on since 1998. Take a look at the Diamondbacks starting lineup tonight, presented by Gatorade X Factor. Chad Tracy leads off at third, Matt Cade at second, Luis Gonzalez in left. Shea Hillenbrand at first, Steve Finley in center, with Danny Bautista in right. A latter third of Alex Cintrone, Robbie Hammock, and Randy Johnson. And off to a rough start so far this season. League hitting .348 against Mike Hampton.
Well, you just never know who is the real Mike Hampton. Sometimes this guy's got the best sinker in the game. Sometimes he really flattens out. Let's hope the Diamondbacks get the guy that flattens out, Tommy, because they need to do something against some left-handed pitching. These guys have really struggled against left-handed pitching this year. Just for their own psyche, they need to beat up a lefty.
Let's take a look at the Atlanta defense behind Mike Hampton. Chipper Jones, Andrew Jones, and J.D. Drew in the outfield. DeRosa at third, Jesse Garcia for the injured Rafael for a call at short, Nick Green at second for the injured Marcus Giles, and Julio Franco over at first, a battery of Hampton. And young Johnny Estrada, who is off to a fabulous start, taking over as the everyday catcher for the departed Javier Lopez.
Just a lot of similarities in these two clubs. A lot of success the last few years. Obviously the Braves with 12 straight division titles, but they're kind of in a team in transition, as is the Diamondbacks. A lot of young guys out there. Sure, they've got Julio Franco. That always helps when you're 46, 47 years old, but there's a lot of babies out there for the Atlanta Braves, as there is for the Diamondbacks.
At .341, a couple of home runs and 14 runs batted in.
Tracy doing all right. Boy, hit that ball hard. Hampton got a piece of it. Throws to first. I don't know if it got the glove or the leg. Jim Lovell is on his way to the mound. So is Bobby Cox. That ball was hit hard. We'll look at it again here, see what happened.
See the replay. Nothing Chad Tracy can do. He just hits a bolt right back at Hampton. Looks like it got him in the leg. And, of course, it doesn't care him. It just goes right back to the ground right underneath him, and he throws him out. It looks like that leg might have took a pretty big shot. This kid's a tough kid, though. If at all he can stay out there, he will stay out there.
So Tracy hit that ball right on the nose, right off Hampton's leg, and we'll see if there are any lingering effects.
A good one to hit.
right under the glove of DeRosa into left field. And the Bluebirds out already here in Atlanta. One out, and here's Gonzo at 277, 10 home runs and 23 runs batted in.
A bad shoulder, although they hope to get him back within the week. And they've got several pitchers on the DL too, including Matt Manti, the closer.
Double play ball, maybe low throw out there. They still get the double play, and a terrific play by Jesse Garcia in the middle of that. That could have been a disaster, but it's averted. And the inning is over. Bottom of the first, no score.
Bobby Cox starting lineup for the Atlanta Braves. Jesse Garcia at short, Julio Franco at first, Chipper Jones in left, Andrew Jones in center, Johnny Estrada catching with J.D. Drew in right. A ladder third of Mark DeRosa, Nick Green, and Mike Hampton. And here's a Jeep scouting report on Diamondback left-hander Randy Johnson.
Well, I know you're going to be surprised at this, Tom, but this guy throws really hard, and he's got a very good slider and a good split finger.
Surprise, surprise.
And you look, he's going to have to go against the Joneses. Andrew and Chipper, 9 career home runs. One of the few people named Jones, or anybody that can say, you know what, I've done pretty well off the big fella.
On the bereavement list, had hit safely in 9 of his last 11. At a .324 clip. You say he's playing extremely well right now. That one bunted, and Hillenbrand going to make the tag in time to get Garcia. Now Julio Franco, a .271 batter, a home run, 14 runs batted in.
Go have some fun down in Tampa Bay with the Devil Rays, Mr. Fick.
Swing and a miss by Franco, and he's gone on 3 straight pitches.
Wow.
The Diamondbacks defensively presented by Rico. Steve Finley flanked by Luis Gonzalez and Danny Bautista. In the infield, Tracy Cintrone on the left side with Caden Hillenbrand on the right side. Johnson and Robbie Hammock, the batter. First 2 retired here in the Atlanta opening inning, and now it'll be Chipper Jones. Went on the disabled list with a strained right hamstring. That was an ugly injury. They had to take him off the field on a cart.
Most of the pitches that Chipper has hit off of Randy, the damage-doing hits have been on pitches out over the plate. Randy's he tries to pound him in with his fastball and slider, but if he doesn't get it in, Chipper hurts him.
Not going to hurt him.
Stop it.
1, 2, 3 for Johnson, including a couple of strikeouts. We go to the second inning. No score. Without giving up a run. He picked up a nasty bruise in the process, but
Nomar Sosa has been placed on the disabled list by the Cubs. We understand. Grounder to short. Garcia with a quick release. 1 out.
Just has to lob the baseball. He can't throw it with any authority, and it's too bad because he's got a cannon of an arm.
Very good low ball hitter.
He's had sort of a strange career as a power hitter. He never hit more than 8 until 1994 in either the majors or the minors. Fly ball well hit right field. Drew on the track. Puts it away. That ball was hit a long way. That's out of a lot of ballparks. 2 down.
Homer in Arizona.
without a doubt. Roof open or closed. 2-2. Into right field, and Drew coming to get it. It will fall in front of him. A 2-out single for Danny Bautista. Trone at 241, a home run and 10 runs batted in. On the left side, Dan the right. Batting right-handed is what really has dragged his batting average down, although not here. That ball driven into left center field. It'll go to the wall and bring in Danny Bautista. They're going to wave him around. And Garcia will make the throw to the plate. It is not in time. Throw gets by Hampton, and all the way to third goes Cintrone. So give Alex a double and a run batted in. The Diamondbacks with a 1-0 lead.
Because Cintrone just hit a laser beam out into the right center gap. And Diamondbacks off to a good start. There you see the relay, perfect relay right there. And then, whoa, this one goes about anywhere but to the catcher, allowing Cintrone to get to third. It is. You know, with the number 9 hitter on deck in Johnson, it's tough in this situation if you're Robbie Hammock. You don't know if
just one shy of the Diamondbacks' 31 errors.
Got him. Hammock caught looking. The inning is over, but not before. Arizona takes the lead. A run on 2 hits, an error and a runner left. Bottom of the second. 1-0 Arizona.
Bottom of the second inning, Diamondbacks out to an early 1-0 lead. Randy Johnson setting down the side in order with a couple of strikeouts in the bottom half of the first inning. And our Bank of America higher standards, once again Johnson healthy, and that means pretty much you can book it. He'll be the strikeout leader in both leagues.
You got that right. Look at the second guy on there, Ben Sheets. Yesterday or Sunday, I believe it was, Ben Sheets pitched against these Atlanta Braves and struck out 18, Tommy. So this team's not afraid to strike out.
No, in fact, we were talking about it before the game. Pedro Martinez leads the American League, in fact, tied with Kurt Schilling.
10 years now, whatever it's been, and such an impressive player.
In the air, straight away center field, playable out there for Finley. 1 away.
Got a lot of power, perennial Gold Glove center fielder.
What a year for Johnny Estrada, leads all National League catchers.
A mano-a-mano thing, and he ain't going to back up now.
3-2 pitch. Got him swinging.
Attaboy, Randy. Beautiful slider. Look at you see him go. Beautiful slider. Estrada just right over the top of it.
He didn't miss it by much.
He didn't miss it by much.
Elected not to sign there, and then they wound up working out a deal to send him to the Cardinals. When healthy, he is a fabulous talent.
He sure is.
There's very little, if anything, he can't do. But the problem is keeping him on the field.
Well,
another problem is trying to hit
fastball.
Randy Johnson. 4 strikeouts in the game for the big fella. 1-0 D-back.
Brentley's been taking some heat in the papers in Phoenix, but like we said, he's had a lot of injured players and some guys who aren't playing up to par. So
15-10, an ERA barely over 3 in 2000 after a phenomenal 99. Many thought he should have won the Cy Young rather than Johnson. Of course, the Florida Marlins are actually paying most of Hampton's salary these days. Real bizarre deal. 3-1 to Chad Tracy, and he takes ball 4. Boy, a couple of excellent at-bats tonight by Tracy against the left-hander.
The 0-2 pitch. Fly ball, left center field. Chipper gets over there. 2 out. And Luis Gonzalez, the batter, he ramped into a double play his first time.
Games. Then you get a great outing like Johnson had, and you get beat 1-0. Since then, they weren't even competitive the last 4 games of that homestand.
Well, what a great job Jack McKeon did last year. There's ball 4 to Gonzo. 2 walks here in the 3rd inning, and now a chance for Hillenbrand.
Kind of makes you wonder if Hampton's leg is tightened up at all.
He's now playing Richie Sexton's position and has his spot in the batting order, too, hitting cleanup. Strike 3 called, fastball at the knees, inning over. Good job by Hampton to get out of a mess. He records his 3rd strikeout. Bottom of the 3rd, 1-0 Arizona.
Randy is not allowed a base runner. He struck out 4 of the first 6.
This Mark DeRosa is a mystery. I always thought this kid was going to be a real good player. He's really off to a slow start this year.
And really getting a chance to play every day for the first time. Hit that ball a long way the other way, but Danny Bautista there. 1-2 on Nick Green with 1 out and nobody on. Green 2 for his first 6.
Star caliber players. And Giles was well on his way.
Cintron charges, throws in time. Nice play by Alex on a slow roller to the left side.
Nice play by Alex Cintron there.
Now the break-even pitch. Fastball at 96 miles per hour. Wow.
Oh, baby.
5 strikeouts through the first 9 batters for Johnson. Scored in the 2nd inning on a single by Danny. A double by Alex.
But he did hit 4 homers, and out of his last 18 games, he's hit 11 home runs. After only 1 homer in his first 19. And he leads the majors with 12. That fooled on that one, and Julio Franco will take it to the bag himself. 1 out. Bautista singled with 2 out in the second, scored on a double by Cintron. 2 hopper to DeRosa. He pats the glove and throws him out. 2 down. John Thompson against Brandon Webb tomorrow. Thursday, Horacio Ramirez against Casey Fossum. Line drive right at short. Garcia's got it. And the easiest inning so far for Mike Hampton. 1, 2, 3 go the Diamondbacks. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Still 1-0 Arizona.
All righty, time to answer our Aflac trivia question. What player with the last name Jones has the most career home runs? Larry Wayne Jones, a.k.a. Chipper.
284 home runs, gonna hit 300 this year.
And number 2 is Andrew Jones.
Back to back.
He's thrown 45 pitches and the 0-2. See you later.
Wow.
Other Major League Jones that you know of, maybe some you haven't heard of, our research staff. How about Bumpus Jones,
Yeah.
Fielder Jones, Cowboy Jones, Cleon Jones of the Miracle Mets, Odell Jones, I think from the Pittsburgh Pirates fame, Dalton Jones, Mac Jones. There were 2 Deacon Jones, but neither, of course, David Deacon Jones of the Fearsome Foursome. You had Binky Jones, Nippy
Binky.
Jones. You never heard of Binky? There was Red Jones, Broadway Jones, Tom, Tex Jones, Elijah, Jim, Jack, and Charlie. And there was one Davy Jones, but don't confuse that Davy with the lead singer of the Monkees or the other Davy Jones who had to change his name to David Bowie because Davy Jones of the Monkees was a more marketable product than...
We're getting brought up on lots of different topics here.
Max Bayer, who played Jethro.
That's right.
An amazing episode.
Straight away center field, and Finley will have room in front of the track. Wow.
Well, there was me and Mrs. Jones.
That's right.
Oh, well, there you go.
Absolutely. That was a big league tune.
Yes, it was.
Been going strong low these many years.
You never saw the episode when Jethro was arrested?
I never saw that.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
It really is unbelievable.
Davy Jones was bigger than Bowie at the time.
Nobody bigger than the big unit.
Look
right
at a
about
big
now.
boy tonight.
7 strikeouts through the front 4.
Ball 1. Just 5 for his last 37. Hits that pretty well to left field, but right at Chipper Jones. 1 out. And Randy Johnson will be the batter. He struck out his first time up. Signs of it. Well hit to right field, but right at J.D. Drew. Johnson hit that one on the nose.
Off Hampton's leg. Hampton picked it up, threw him out his first time up, and then Tracy drew a walk in the 3rd.
But
diving play by DeRosa, and the throw is offline. We'll see how they score that. That was a mighty tough play by DeRosa. Looked like a good throw would have had him, and they scored a base hit.
And I think that's the right play because you start to get a little more advantageous to the hitter. But I think early it's always advantage pitcher.
Glenn Sherlock coaching at first. Runner goes. Swing and a foul ball into the glove of Estrada, who hangs on to it for the strikeout.
You look at Randy Johnson. 12 up, 12 down through the front 4. Lined into left field right at Gonzalez off the bat of Andrew Jones. 1 pitch and 1 out. By far the hardest hit ball of the night by Atlanta.
Well, Tommy, you know, he's perfect through 4. And when you start to see some outs like that, you kind of think, Bad, he's doing it again.
Johnson okays a sign, and again the 1-2. And it's into right center field. Danny is there to end the inning. Lined into right field, and Bautista is there. Couple of line drive outs in the inning. We go to the 6th, 1-0. You know, and they have ways of figuring out what odds are. That's what they do for a living. And the longest odds of a record being broken.
Chopper off the plate. Hampton has to hurry, but got him. 1 out.
To go through the Diamondbacks as Randy is to the Braves. Gotta put some pressure on these guys. Get a little offense.
To third, DeRosa gets a big hop, throws high, but Julio hangs on to the bag. 2 down. Mike at a 292 clip coming in. Right-handers 357, and that's well hit to deep right center, and Drew on the run. Flags it down right in front of the Henry Aaron sign to end the inning. Good running catch by Drew. Prevented Finley from getting extra bases. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still 1-0. Arizona.
Third of the order. Will be followed by Nick Green and then the pitcher Mike Hampton.
Johnson should be fresh still. Only in the 60s with his pitch count. Throwing a lot of strikes tonight, Tommy.
Is he ever? Tapper left side. Tracy throws out DeRosa to begin the 6th inning. Johnson has thrown 52 strikes, only 17 balls in the entire game. Johnson looking in, getting a sign from Robbie Hammock, going to work. 2-1 on Green. Check swing and a miss on a slider that almost brought him to his knees. Two-two pitch. Struck him out on a slider. Strikeout number 8 for Johnson. His first strikeout since the 4th inning.
Just strike after strike after strike, Tommy.
57 strikes against 17 balls. One and two to Hampton. Tapper towards short. Charging hard. Cintrone. The throw is in time to get Hampton at first. And Johnson, a big high five for Alex as he goes trotting back to the dugout. 18 up, 18 down for Johnson in Atlanta. 9 more outs to go.
Right back past the mound. Nick Green has it. 1 away. Bautista broke his bat and grounded out.
Hammock taps over one, and that's a fair ball. Bounces over near the stands. Alex Cintrone advancing on to second with his second hit of the game.
Oh, you asked for some offense, you received some offense. Nice play, just chopped right down the line. Osa gives it all he's got down the line, takes a big in-between hop right off his wrist and heads over into foul territory. Nice try there by DeRosa. Now let's see if we can plate him here, Tommy.
And they walk him on 4 straight. 2 on, 1 out.
Good job by Robbie Hammock. Laid off a couple of tough ones.
And lined out hard to the right fielder, J.D. Drew.
Nothing Arizona. Randy Johnson has a perfect game working. This time he's going to bunt. Bunts foul. 0-2. Julio Franco can almost shake hands with him. Strike 3 called at the knees. He's out of there. 2 down.
First inning, walked in the 3rd, and then had an infield hit in the 5th.
Way he just goes about his business.
And there's a rocket into center field, a base hit. Rounding 3rd is Cintrone. Throw going to 3rd, and Hammock caught in the rundown. And now the tag will be made. An RBI base hit by Tracy. Boy, that kid is going to be something. He always seems to come up with a big hit.
Beautiful job, Chadley.
2-0. D-backs in front. He tried to bunt his way on in the bottom of the 1st inning. Hillenbrand made a very nice play when Johnson was tardy going to cover the bag. Randy Johnson has never pitched a game where he faced 27 batters and retired all 27. Swing and a miss, and that's strikeout number 9 for the big unit.
Gas right down Broadway. Jesse Garcia just got it blown right by him. Robbie wants it up. He gets it right down the middle. And when you're throwing as hard as Randy is, you can get away with those.
2-2 to Franco. Bouncing ball right side. Cade's got it. Throw to first. 2 away here in the 7th inning. Of course, our old buddy Ken Phelps, we like to rib him a lot. He broke one up.
8 2/3 with a home run.
That's exactly right.
So not just perfect tonight, Tommy. Every pitch that he's thrown is right where Robbie Hammocks wanted it.
2-2 pitch. Struck him out on the slider.
Oh, baby.
21 up, 21 down by Randy Johnson. 6 outs away from perfection. On the other end of a no-hitter by Jose Jimenez back in 1999.
For Randy Johnson makes it tough on anybody.
That should be easy, and it is. 1 down.
The way things are going tonight, he could be pitching for the Macon Little League, and he'd still have pretty good stuff working and probably a perfect game.
Kansas City shut out again, 5-0 in the 4th. Oh, Kansas City's struggling. That'll be easy. A broken bat, 2 out.
And there's a base hit through the hole in the right field by Hillenbrand, his first hit tonight.
Nice piece of hitting right there, Shea Hillenbrand. Just
For 3, but he's hit 2 very deep fly balls in this game.
Number 12, center fielder Steve Stewart.
And I'll tell you what, I don't know this, but if I were Randy Johnson, I'd just soon Hillenbrand had made it out so I could get back out there.
Question about that. I'll send it back to you.
All right, we'll be checking back in with Todd Walsh throughout the night.
Well, Tommy, I remember some no-hitters being close to throwing against teams that I was on, and we'd be screaming at him from the dugout, "Hey, you got a no-hitter going! Hey, look, no hits!" You know, we'd be screaming at him, trying to let him know, trying to jinx him. I can promise you the Braves are letting him know, and the fans are letting him know.
Line into right field, and Finley has something to show for it. Perhaps the weakest ball that he's hit all night long towards right.
Down the right field line, Drew on the run, good catch. And good outfield positioning again, saves Atlanta. 2 hits, no runs, no errors, 2 more runners left. Bottom of the 8th, can he keep it going? It's 2-0 Arizona.
All right, we go to the bottom of the 8th. Johnson taking the mound, 2-0 lead. The night came off the bats of 2 men that will come up in this inning. Andrew Jones lined out, as I mentioned, in the 5th inning.
Jones will chase out of the zone.
Fly ball in the center field. Finley waving off Danny Bautista. 1 away here in the Atlanta 8th inning. The only inning he did not strike out a batter is when he faced this same trio in the 5th. Nolan Ryan threw more than anybody. He had 7. In 73, threw 2. 1 in 74, 1 in 75, threw another with Houston in 81. And then his final 2 came with the Rangers in 1990 and 1991. 1-2 to Estrada. Struck him out swinging on a slider. Johnson now 4 outs away from perfection.
Beautiful pitch. Cheating on the fastball there. J.D. Drew got outguessed. Got the slider, missed it by 8 feet. My goodness.
1-2 to Drew. Ground ball right side. Cade's got it. 24 consecutive batters set down by Randy Johnson. Don't go anywhere. Is due up 3rd here in the top half of the 9th inning. 24 consecutive batters set down by Johnson, and he is 3 outs away from a perfect game.
Well, you know what, Tommy? With him hitting 3rd, you know, his pitch count's starting to get up. You might want to think about pinch hitting for him this inning, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that's something that's very likely. And a base hit into left field by Cintrone. What a good night for Alex.
Very good night. He has been right on the money with every swing he's had tonight off Mike Hampton.
White back to Hampton.
Whoa!
And he threw to the wrong man covering the bag, and on to third goes Alex. That'll be a fielder's choice. And unfortunately for Hampton, they're going to charge him with a throwing error.
Randy just trying to get a bunt down now, but we saw earlier that Hampton's got to know who's covering the bag, the shortstop or the second baseman.
1-2 to Johnson. Runner goes, and a bouncing ball to the shortstop. So just like a sacrifice, really. They started the runner. Johnson put the bat on the ball. But Cintrone did not break to the plate on contact.
Ground ball to first. Look the runner back, 2 out. And I'll tell you what, we're all thinking about a perfect game and a no-hitter, and rightfully so, but it's only a 2-0 ball game. If Hampton gets out of this, a 9th inning rally is not out of the question. High, lazy fly, and Hampton did a great job of damage control. He got out of a major mess. 1 hit, no runs, 1 error, 2 left. Let's see what happens. Will he get the perfect game? We'll be back.
Was El Presidente Dennis Martinez with Montreal back on July the 28th, 1991 against the Dodgers. Only 6 perfect games have been thrown in National League history. And you see only 4 since the turn of the last century. Jim Bunning, of course now a state senator from Kentucky, Sandy Koufax, did it against the Chicago Cubs on September 9th of '65. Tom Browning, a perfect game against the Dodgers in '88. And then Dennis Martinez against the Dodgers in '91.
It's been unbelievable. And that's not the right word. It's astounding. There's so many superlatives you can use.
Bouncing ball to Matt Cato on 2 hops. He gloves, throws to Hillenbrand. 1 away here in the bottom half of the 9th inning. 80 strikes, 27 balls.
Nobody up on the top step. That's interesting. Probably superstitious down there. You'll see a bunch of people on the top step.
Just about everybody up there over the railing and watching on the Atlanta side.
They know they might be witnessing history. That's interesting, though, that the D-backs, not one guy.
Strike 3 called on a 97-mile-per-hour fastball by Randy Johnson. He is 1 out away from a perfect game, and the crowd stands at Turner Field.
Oh, Tommy, I can't breathe. What a beautiful pitch right on the inside corner. 97 miles an hour.
A perfect game with 1 out to go. He got it. Look at his teammates. Look at Randy Johnson. A perfect game. 13 strikeouts. He faced 27 men. He got them all out. And he gets mobbed by his teammates out by the mound. This looks like the celebration a few years ago when they eliminated the Braves in the playoffs. A perfect game for Randy Johnson. Now if he can survive the pummeling from his teammates, he'll be okay. 117 pitches, only 30 of them missed the strike zone. And Randy waves to the crowd that has been so supportive of him.
Put on a clinic of not only stuff, but location.
9:49 now in Atlanta, 6:49 in Arizona. And a 2-2 to Perez.
Yeah!
Swing and a miss, and Randy Johnson, at 40 years young, has thrown a perfect game, the 7th in National League history.
Oh, look at his teammates out there mobbing him. Tommy, oh, that is awesome. What a way to start a road trip, baby.
Doesn't get much better than that, does it?
I've never seen that before. I want to go down there and jump on him. Come on, Tommy, let's go down there.
13 strikeouts tonight for Randy Johnson. And needless to say, a spectacular performance by one of the game's all-time greats.
It was a pleasure, Tommy, to watch this with you. Listen to these Braves fans. That is great. And I hope everybody's going just as ape out in Arizona, because you've seen history tonight, folks. Big time history.
Could he come back from the bum knee? Could he get people out the way he used to at 40? Need you ask any more?
Well, ask Eddie Perez. Gas right by him. Randy just a point upstairs and a fist pump. And watch this bench. You think they weren't nervous? Richie Sexton leading the charge out.
117 pitches for Johnson. 87 of the 117 for strikes.
Boy, look at the big fella smiling. Robbie Hammock coming up, giving him love. Take your helmet off. You're going to hurt the big fella. Attaboy, Robbie. Look at that. Richie Sexton, the first guy there from the dugout. I can't see enough of this. Let's take another look right by you. Look at Robbie. Robbie's jumping for joy. Randy, a big smile. Oh, what a great moment that is. I'm not even playing, Tommy. That's one of the best moments of my life.
Randy Johnson, his quote was simply this: "I'm tired. I'll talk to you in a bit." We'll hear from him on the Arizona Sports Report. But right now, manager Bob Brenly, and Bob, the understatement of the century, Randy was on tonight.
Oh, man, I mean, everything working. Spotting his fastball, throwing the slider in the dirt when he wanted to, throwing it for strikes when he wanted to, getting ahead of every hitter. There was really only a couple of at-bats where they made him work hard. Estrada, the catcher, had one. Green, the second baseman, had an at-bat where they fouled off some pitches. But other than that, that's as good as it gets.
This was a team effort, though. I think to Alex Cintron, a play he made, Shea Hillenbrand early on, Danny Bautista with the basket catch. These guys wanted this tonight for Randy and for everybody.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, we even talked on the bench about whether we should bring Donnie Sadler in for defense, but we didn't want to change anything. It was going so good, and RJ was in such a great rhythm, we didn't want to do anything to break that up.
What was it like on the bench in the 8th and the 9th inning? Where were you? Did you do anything special?
My knuckles are sore from banging on Matt Cade's bat. I was standing in front of the bat rack, and his bat just happened to be there right by my right hand, and before every pitch from the 6th inning on, I was tapping on that bat, and I'll tell you, for a perfect game and to win a ball game like this, that's about as hard as we've been grinding all year on the bench.
Go enjoy the moment,
Bob. You got that right, Todd. Thanks.
Bob Brenly.
Well, we're here at Turner Field in the middle of May, and some history made tonight at Turner Field as Randy Johnson fires the first perfect game in the National League in some 13 years, first since Dennis Martinez did it for the Expos against the Dodgers. Bob Brenly's been kind enough, the manager of the Diamondbacks, to stick around and talk to us about this. You're an old catcher. I mean, this is pretty exciting stuff.
It's real exciting stuff, obviously, for Randy, for the entire ball club, but I really have strong feelings for Robbie Hammock, our young catcher back there that was hanging the signs and making the plays behind the plate tonight. I told him after the ball game that's something that very few guys ever get a chance to do. I don't even think he realizes how lucky he is right now.
And we were talking, too, about how antsy the defense gets later in the ball game. Everybody's aware of what's going on. Everybody's praying for good hops and high pop-ups.
There's no such thing as a routine play after about the 6th inning of a ball game like that. I assure you that everybody that had a ball hit to them, their hearts were pounding, but fortunately they made all the plays.
This is not a whole lot unlike what Randy Johnson's been doing recently, though, is it?
Oh, he's been pitching fantastic ball all season for us. Fortunately, we were able to get him a couple runs tonight, and he made him stand up, but obviously that's as good as he's been since I've been here. All of his pitches were working. His command was tremendous. Was in a great rhythm out there on the mound, and except for a couple of at-bats, he didn't have to run up the pitch count too much. Estrada had a real good at-bat. Green had a good at-bat where he fouled off some pitches, but other than that, Randy was obviously completely dominating.
Yeah, and he seemed to have a good command, especially of his slider. The right-handed batters were chasing that ball down in on their shoot tops all night.
Well, when he's got that good arm angle on the slider, it's tough to pick up the rotation, and you know, he's throwing at 87 to 90 miles an hour, so you have to respect that velocity, and when that ball drops off the table down by your back foot, there's not much you can do about it.
All right, Bob. Well, we thank you very much for sticking around. Go enjoy the party, and please give Randy our best.
I'll do that, Joe.
All right, Bob. Thank you very much. I did talk to Randy Johnson as he was coming off the field, Skip, and he said he wouldn't talk to us right now. He was very tired, but I'm sure that he'll get some ice and be talking to the press as soon as he gets his ice done and his normal routine done after this unbelievable night here in Atlanta. Back
in the truck. Jesse Garcia came as close as anybody to getting a hit all night long to start the game, but Shea Hillenbrand made the play. There's the first strikeout. It was Julio Franco. Chipper Jones out on strikes as well. Second inning, Andrew, a routine fly ball to center, which Steve Finley catches. That's a perfect game. Johnny Estrada out on strikes, so's J.D. Drew. In the third inning, Mark DeRosa flied to right, hit the ball pretty well. Chase Bautista to the warning track. Nick Green grounded out. Cintron made a nice play, and a close play at that at first base. And Mike Hampton was out on strikes. Moving to the fourth. Boy, the game's really moving, isn't it? Jesse Garcia out on strikes. Julio Franco popped to center. Hit the ball rather well, but shy of the warning track. And Chipper Jones caught looking a high fastball. We go to the fifth inning now, and Andrew Jones hit the ball hard, line to left. Gonzalez almost in his tracks. Johnny Estrada hit one into deep right center that Danny Bautista hauled in, and J.D. Drew did the same. Bautista to the fringe of the track to make that one. In the sixth inning, DeRosa grounded to third. Tracy threw him out. Nick Green was out on strikes. And Mike Hampton hit a chopper. This too a close play. Cintron handled that one nicely. That was about as close to a hit as the Braves got. In the seventh, a strikeout for Garcia. A ground out. Franco hit it to Queta at second base. Chipper chased the ball down and in. In the eighth, Andrew flied to center. An easy play for Finley. Estrada out on strikes. And J.D. Drew bounced to second. That brings us to the ninth inning, where Mark DeRosa started the inning by grounding to second. Nick Green caught looking. A fastball froze him, and he blew Eddie Perez away, and there is your perfect game. That's the story of the game. The Braves lose it 2-0, and Arizona off to a terrific start on it. Doesn't get much better than this as they start their long 13-game road trip.
From the National League in 14 years, and Lord knows when we'll see another. But we saw one tonight, and what a privilege it was. Diamondbacks behind Randy Johnson's perfect game beat the Atlanta Braves 2-0. We'll never forget it. Eddie Perez is swing and a miss for the final out, the 13th strikeout. Arizona Sports Report tonight at 9:30.